No chance. That's what you got. A franchise with the...
Oh. Sorry, couldn't take it anymore. I'm Mike AD, and this is This Week in Wrestling. The week begins on Monday night, and based on what was to come for the next 3 hours, the fan base would need the remainder of the week, or a bottle of bourbon, to get over. Here we go. Corbin, McIntyre, Lashley, Floyd Mayweather, the Axis of Evil, come out to say what they're thankful for. Corbin thinks his job performance review will be stellar. Lashley is thankful for beta males, and McIntyre goads over the 3-on-1 ass rape they gave Strowman last week. And like normal, they gobble up more TV time to replay it. Braun is about to go under the knife, and he says they're going to get this mangled arm. The match is still on, so if he no-shows, he's going to win by forfeit. Fat chance. Lights go out, it's Elias. Very funny. Bobby Lashley sucks. We get Lashley versus Elias, part 7. Fast forward. Floyd pulls out the ref. Ref throws out the match. Corbin restarts the match. We've seen this before. Corbin's an old dog, or should I say Vince is an old dog. He wrote this horse shit. Now it's no DQ. Broken guitar chair shots. Lashley wins. Just egregious. Epic boos, who cares? Same old heel authority heat angle, they pose. Fuck this. And later, it's Corbin versus Finn, part 19. An open challenge for the IC title and Ambrose. A message from his personal physician. What does he have? Herpes. Corbin, again, Jesus, he's in every segment. He fires the lighting guy. Alexa shows up, ingratiates herself. Corbin puts her in charge of the women's division. You ain't getting none of that. Let the tyranny get worse. Replay of the Ambrose Rollins angle. I've seen this before. Ambrose isn't in Milwaukee because it's a dump. You're vermin. A putrid smell. A third world country with typhoid, Ebola, E. coli. Wow. He's in his doctor's office taking injections because he's apparently not only a germaphobe but a xenophobe. There's no shower, no medicine for the sickness. Renee, still no shit. Nice suit, Corey. Henry Rosen, 1979-99. Lucha House Party versus the Revival, making excuses for their loss. And after their protestations, they still have to wrestle under Lucha House rules. 3-on-2 handicap match. Who's legal? No tags. Does it matter? Who cares? Revival lose again. Maybe they should add a third member. The Big Show. Just kidding. Replay of the Nia Jax Becky Lynch injury. She's going to educate the WWE Universe on what it takes to be champion. Sasha and Bayley in the Shop Zone. Cyber Monday ends tonight. Your push ended a year ago. Lars Sullivan is officially a free agent, and he'll show up. Who knows where? Please say Smackdown. Raw is a dumpster fire. Out comes Nia to booze, and she smiles? Well, you suck. So fucking shit and cringeworthy. Who approved this 300 plus pounds of bullshit? You hear the chanting, and thank you, Rhonda, for showing up and putting a stop to this epic horseshit. She threatens to rip off her arm and then beat Charlotte with it. She gives her a shot at the title, but she says no, I'll lose on pay-per-view. Out comes Natalya to stop a 2-on-1, and she gets cut up by the Riot Squad. I thought this shit was over. Rhonda now breaks that up, and the heels retreat. Shit segment number 3. They're getting the tag title match tonight, and Drake Maverick cuts a promo that essentially throws away the entire urination incident, erases it with relativism. We've all been afraid. You know, what would you do if a 7-foot giant grabbed you by the throat? You would probably lose bladder control as well. Awesome. Glorious Gable just cut a promo like last week's bullshit never happened. So why did it happen? The time for jokes is over, because you realize toilet humor kills your product and the credibility of your tag champions. Nice job, Vince. And like that, Glorious Gable versus AOP for the Raw tag titles. And when you thought the childish games were over, the grave of depravity gets dug a little deeper. The match is ruined by Drake, who is the entire focus of the match. He steals his robe, poses, runs up the aisle, goes to the washroom, and urinates on Rude's robe, who is obviously distracted and disgusted, and AOP wins by distraction. Sasha and Bayley reminiscing over their match at Starrcade, that house show. Then Alexa shows up. They tell her to F off. But she says they have to answer questions in a live segment. Bayley brings up, "This is your life." I tried hard to forget that. I've got a sinking feeling about this segment, and based on this show, we're already 3 feet of quicksand. Kurt Hawkins is joining Monster Eclipse because of Strowman's injury. Mr. 0-215. What is the name of this team going to be? Winless Eclipse? There goes their chance to win it. Finn says, fuck Corbin. He'll be on the right side of history. We're getting Ember, Moon, and Alicia Fox who takes out more people than romaine lettuce, to promote a mixed match challenge playoff. Pass. Ember hits her with the Caesar salad, game over. No way, Jose, conga line. This guy still works for this company? Apparently he gets Jinder next. He loses because he's further down the totem pole than Jinder, if that's possible. Seth Rollins issues his IC title open challenge and roll a drum, Dolph Ziggler. Really? Rivalry of the year? Michael Cole? Wow. The announce team discussing where McIntyre is. Amusing. Regardless, these two are a pleasure to watch. Too bad they booked Ziggler so haphazardly. This could have meant something. Seth wins and remains champion, placing at least one cherry on top of this shit Sunday. 28 minutes to go, and Sasha and Bayley QA segment takes center stage. We get entrances for this? Uh-oh. Plants from the audience? Then Brooke, who we thought was a babyface, dumpster fire. Mickey then jumped them, and they get chased off. Don't tell me now we're getting Bayley and Sasha versus the female authority. Can we just end this? Fuck it. Bed and breakfast versus country dominance. Loser goes home. I need a vacation from this show. Finn versus Corbin. Okay, until Finn gets the upper hand and then the guy in the match changes the match to a handicap match, including Drew McIntyre, he loses. Fuck you. Fuck this show. Out comes Lashley, they beat up Finn, nobody comes for the save, the heel stands tall, blah blah blah, fuck off. Unredeemable crushing of babyfaces with 3 hours of segments designed to get heat. 3 hours and 90 minutes of Corbin. Who the hell is able to watch this show? I'm done. On to Tuesday night with Smackdown. God help us. The night begins with Paige bringing out Becky Lynch. This crowd misses the star power. She calls out Charlotte Flair. And she's back to being genetically superior. What follows is a vagina whip-out contest, and Flair gets a title shot at TLC. The women's undercard on SmackDown. Remember them? Out comes them, en masse, boasting that they're worthy of a title shot as well. This leads to Paige booking a battle royal, and the winner joining a triple threat match for the SmackDown women's title. We're getting a 20th anniversary of Jeff Hardy, even though half the time he didn't even work for the company. For 7 years he was in TNA, and for 3 years he was legally inebriated. Uh-oh, and the Usos, where the fuck have they been? And they got the Bar next. B&B versus Country Dominance tonight. I'll pass. Big Show argues with the Bar backstage. He knocks out Cesaro, turning again. Nobody be a partner with Paul White. He's turned 42 times in his career. For all we know, you could be his next victim of an ill-timed, advised turn. Maybe we can look at this another way. Big Show says, I don't want to be on TV. It sucks. Look at Raw. Worst show of all time. I want to do house shows. Hug cancer patients. Get me the fuck off TV. Watch Big Show do the Kaiser Sose. The Usos take on the Bar. The Usos win. Great match, but we knew this was coming. Let the musical chair of the tag champions take another turn. The New Day teases the Miz backstage. Be a star, guys. Welcome to the mid-card. Expect a match of some kind. AJ responds to Daniel Bryan with replays. Nice presentation, AJ. Now, somebody in the back helped you with that. So, where's Drew Gulak to help you with that PowerPoint presentation? Anyhow, nice authentic fire from AJ. Looking forward to the rematch. Did you know that last week SmackDown was the most social show on all of television? You know why? It sucked! And I tell you something else that sucked. Raw. It sucked a bagpipe long and hard. Sullivan is a free agent and a freak. On the bodybuilding message boards. XD, LOL. Shinsuke Nakamura. And he got rid of those hideous blue pants. Awesome. And he takes on Rusev. But this thing doesn't get started because the artiste attacks him before the bell and lays him out. Pearl Harbors him. Too soon? Jeff Hardy. 20th anniversary. The whole roster is on the ramp. Even the heels. And they run the video. It's amazing, the abuse. This guy has put himself through. I imagine this guy's drug regimen just to get out of bed is something. I have to admit, watching him win the WWE title was emotional. The WWE video staff know how to put a great package together. If only they knew how to write a show. Out comes Joe to interrupt the segment, make fun of Hardy's substance abuse, and continue the steamroller of great promos. I'm glad the whole roster was there to see how it's done. And Shane, your roster got beat 6-1 in Survivor Series. Repercussions? Fuck it. Usos in the shop zone. What a pathetic pimping of merchandise. 50% off? Still too expensive. Kofi Kingston versus The Miz. What the fuck is Big E's obsession with that picture of Kairi Sane? And who's the administrative assistant that has to bake all these pancakes every week? Maybe it's Titus. He's doing dick all. Maybe Cien Almas. Where's sanity? Creative obviously has nothing for you. What an entertaining match, though. Miz takes off the turnbuckle. Big E replaces it with pancakes. Miz takes out the trombone, but the numbers game gets the best of the heel. Kofi wins, who cares? Real fun. Uh-oh, Randy teleprompter, looking scary. Replay of the mask larceny from last week. He's the next hero to be knocked off his pedestal. Another victim. Out comes Ray, but Randy lays him out with a chair. This is leading to a chair match. Pretty transparent. Booking alert. Booking alert. Do a mask match. Randy wins, Mysterio is defrocked. He has to be unmasked. If Mysterio wins, Randy has to wear a mask. It could be a way to freshen up his character. Apparently, Miz is pissed because Shane wasn't there for him. He needs Shane's help because he's deluded. Meet me 1/3 of the way. I love it. Time for the Battle Royal that renders the entire women's roster cannon fodder. Asuka won the Royal Rumble, and it has similar rules. Actually, Tom, it has different rules. Naomi won the WrestleMania Battle Royal, and the actual Battle Royal with the exact same rules as this Battle Royal. In that case, Naomi has the advantage, you doofus. A really good Battle Royal. Nice spots, nice eliminations, well booked, and Asuka joins the triple threat, making TLC very interesting. This show wasn't bad, but compared to Monday night, it was a symphonic masterpiece of epic proportions. On to Wednesday night with NXT, and the action begins right away with the team of Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan taking on the Mighty. This match is interesting because these two old guys are so over, and without NXT they'd be losing to Jinder Mahal every week. The Mighty get pissed when they lose and they beat down the old guys. These Australian guys were more exciting when they were called THX 1979 or something. Go back to high-flying, exciting wrestling, because without it, let's be honest, you're generic, like Riddick Moss and Tino Sabatelli and those Forgotten Sons, but without beards. Replay from 4 weeks ago where EC3 beat Cole and the ensuing beatdown from the Undisputed Era. Wow, they just didn't drop this. Sorry, I get used to that kind of storytelling. Replay of the women's title match from War Games. Dakota is there, with Shirai and Kairi, looking like a lurch in comparison. I'm trying to use my grade 6 schoolgirl translator to figure out what the fuck they're saying. I think it's, we want 3-on-3 match versus MMA Entourage. EC3 versus Marcel Bartel, straight out of the Third Reich. He's Blue Bud Triple H, but 175 pounds. Regardless, an entertaining foreign heel. EC prevails as the crowd chants USA. He calls out Bobby Fish for his sneak attack, and it seems that only in wrestling can you legally threaten to decapitate, dismember somebody without repercussions. A promo package for Dijakovic. This guy is impressive for a young guy, over 6'8". His work was impressive in ROH, where his name used to be Donovan Dijak. Then they changed it to something more complicated. Usually guys get names that are simpler when they get to the main roster, like La Sombra, who they turned into Andrade Cien Almas. Hideo Itami, who was to be Kenta. What is simpler than Kenta? So anything is possible. Maybe they'll put him with Heavy Machinery and get rid of the Tucker Knight guy, who honestly is an accessory to Otis. Then they can be Dozovic and Dijakovic, the heavy Eastern European machinery. Candice LeRae looks pissed. I guess her heel turn is not going well so far. Maya Yim versus Vanessa Bourne, who uses some pretty great heel tactics, but Maya wins anyway. What the fuck is a Blasian baddie? Apparently, according to Urban Dictionary, it means half black, half Asian. Tiger Woods is Blasian. Wow, who cares? But under Urban Dictionary, Mike AD says badass motherfucker with foot-long cock. Pretty accurate. Ciampa is the greatest sports entertainer of all time. I just thought he was an escaped mental patient. He named the belt Goldie. Classic. Now, two monster trucks collide as Keith Lee takes on Lars, the keyboard warrior. Keith Lee, slingshots, moonsaults, and he's 300 plus pounds. God, this guy is going to be something. Sullivan wins the battle of Gravedigger versus Bigfoot. Wow, Sullivan is going up to the main roster. How long before he loses by distraction? On to 205 Live, and we have a trio of matches this week. Michael Bennett, who took out the Lucha House Party last week, versus the Hebrew Hammer Noam Dar. Noam, very distracted by Bennett's wife. Bad idea. Guys get distracted all the time in this company, especially by other guys' entrance music. May I suggest earplugs? Uh-oh. Here comes Penelope and her entourage, and wow. Noam capitalizes on Kalisto's advantageous interference. Chalk one up for the good guys. Tozawa and Kendrick, the strange bedfellows backstage. No shit. Drew Gulak and Jack Gallagher, the other strange bedfellows. No shit. Calls Kendrick a homeless Leonardo DiCaprio. Damn these Hollywood writers. You know what's not funny? What they've done to poor Jack Gallagher. What a waste. We're going to get this saga continuing next week. And what's Jack going to do next week? Be a cumber ground? Hideo Itami versus Levy Cruz. Lord have mercy. Looks like an 18-year-old Seth MacFarlane got an ass beating. Then, Magic Carpet Ride, the best music in wrestling. Arya Davari makes his re-debut after going into hiding, after enraged Saudi fans issued death threats to the Iranian American because, let's be honest, the entire nation has no sense of humor. He beats up Seth MacFarlane 2-on-1 and says, "I respect you." More strange bedfellows who don't understand each other's language. 205 Live is just like the new League of Nations. TJP wants a title shot, but he lost last week. Bennett's pissed off because he lost again. They bring up the urine incident again. They want the Lucha House Party next week. Now leave. Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander versus the Two-Man Dynasty. Very good match. The baby faces win, and the list of contenders for the Cruiserweight title begin to accumulate rapidly. A multi-man Cruiserweight ladder match at TLC. Please. That's it for this week in wrestling. And after Monday night, I'm surprised anybody's watching at all. Don't like the language and constant use of coarse language like fuck, shit, bullshit, motherfucker, asshole, and other epithets aimed at the McMahon family? Don't watch this podcast, and better don't watch WWE. Don't like authority angles that never end? Constant crushing of baby faces for heat? Get used to it. Tired of being treated like an idiot, even though you pay $150 for tickets. $12.99 a month for the network and merchandise? Believe me, you're the idiot. There's only one man's opinion that matters, and he's still alive. Don't like the content? You're not the only one. I'm only a security guard. I just observe and report. See you next week. I'm Mike AD, and this has been the Knights of the Squared Circle Wrestling Podcast Extra This Week in Wrestling. Listen, folks, let's be honest here. This Monday was almost unanimously voted as one of the worst episodes of Raw of all time. 2 months ago, Vince signed a $1 million contract with Fox. Where did the money go? Hire some fucking writers. Ratings continue to go down. NXT continues to outshine WWE at every turn, but the product is consistently failing on every level. And the response to this? Baron Corbin, more Stephanie, more authority, exploiting Roman Reigns' cancer, generic and repetitious matchups. That catering is full of guys that creative has nothing for. Or would you rather sign them so that they won't go anywhere else? This week almost made me give up in disgust. Later this week, WWE moved NXT to Friday so it wouldn't oppose the joint New Japan ROH show at MSG New Year's. You know why? They're afraid of being outdrawn. All Elite Wrestling looks like it's going to be a rival promotion. Good for them. Maybe they'll work with the talent they have and let them get over because they're not stars. Let's hope this snaps you out of your complacency. When WCW was peaking, wrestling was at its peak. We need this as wrestling fans. Wrestling needs this because it's the abyss right now. More than ever.